XY charts or scatter charts are very useful in displaying some information, but they are slightly more complex to set up. So the important thing here is to understand how to set them up, and then some of the new features make it extremely easy to use. So you'll see here we've got a whole bunch of branches. We want to compare the revenue percentage to the GP percentage. So you'll see here this is what we want to end up with. I want to see the revenue growth on this axis, GP percentage growth on this axis. I want to be able to see here what's happening. So what's key here is the data you set up. The first column is going to be the horizontal or the x-axis, and the second column is the vertical or y-axis. Now it's very tempting to do that, but it's better you highlight like this so you can control it. And we're going to say insert, and you'll see here we've got a whole bunch of items, and the one we're going to use here is called the scatter. Now what it's done is it's just gone and created the scatter. You'll see it doesn't look anything like that yet. So at the moment, first thing is it's always useful just to get these axes sorted out. So let's go add some titles. So we're going to do primary horizontal, primary vertical. And we know this is revenue growth percentage. This is GP percentage. Now it would be nice to know what each of these are, and you'll see when you hover over them they give you what it is, but they don't give you the branch name. So what we can do, we can just right click on any one of them, say add data labels. At the moment it's giving us the numbers, not particularly useful. I'm just going to right click on one of them, say format data labels. We get this, and under this icon here it tells you why it's coming up with the labels. What you'll see, it's using the Y value, but we're going to say no, we don't want the Y value. I'm going to point at some cells that you must use. So I'm going to choose that. Immediately it says, well, where is this data? I'm going to highlight those cells there, and they must tie in with how the chart has been set up. And you'll see now it's immediately got the city, and it's also got a value. I'm just going to switch that off. And you'll see quite quickly we've created a chart where we can see that it seems to be that where there's been limited revenue growth, the GP percentages are quite low. So you can quite nicely see that. Just doing that again. This time what I want to do is not use two percentages, but I want an absolute number, the revenue in each branch, and the GP percentage. It's going to look something like this. So again, the key thing, horizontal x-axis is first, vertical y-axis is second. We highlight it, we say insert xy. See, it brings that up. Again, always useful. You're going to just add immediately the titles. Just right click on this. I'm going to add some data labels. Right click on the data labels and format them. Choose where it must get the information from. Switch off the Y value. So you'll see that's pretty close. The difference here is there's a big gap here because it's taken this axis from 0. So I would normally go click on that. Tell the axis options not to start at 0, a minimum of 0, but rather, so let's use 8 million. And you'll see now, we can quickly see that the higher margins seem to be happening at the lower turnover areas, and the higher the turnover, the margins seem to be under pressure.